see what happens around here. But it's well cool being out. Love this stuff, love this stuff. If the lightning strikes, if it starts getting thunderstorms, then I'm going to put the tripod down and just keep down below these rocks. This rain's just never ending. It's coming over again now. So let's get my lens cap on quickly. I've just dried the lens. Put it in a different pocket, I think. No, I don't know what I've done with it. It must be in the other pocket. I feel like I'm frantically chasing myself. Ah, what pocket did I put it in? It's not in that one. Must be back in this one. I normally put me, there it is. I normally put my lens cap always goes in my left hand pocket. But I've got you in my left hand. The rock formation's cracking from here. I do like it. I'm actually stood on the top of a rock here, as you can see, so I can get to the top of the tripod. It's quite high. It's just changing all the time, constantly changing all the time, and I just love it. I just love this moody sky. Look at the sky, it's just fantastic. And behind me, look at it over the top there. It's fantastic. I know this video is really erratic. I don't know if you're on part 1 or part 2 at the moment, but it's been erratic because you're just chasing these weather. You get in a position, you get yourself set up, and the rain starts coming in and covering everything. So you've got to cover everything up, turn the camera off, and then suddenly wipe the lens, get the shot. And it's starting to rain again now. You can see there's water droplets. Got one right on my eye. It's just coming in, so it's coming in quite heavy. So I need to get my bag back on the front of the lens. I don't need to because they are water sealed, but they're water sealed lenses. But I just think, why get the lens and everything completely drenched if I don't have to? I can soon whip that bag off and take the shot. So that's why I like to cover them up. I don't have to. I just tend to. So of course, in true Compton style, my battery went flat then, so I didn't get to say what I was saying. But I packed the camera away, got the tripod packed away. I'm not sure about that shot until I get back and see how well that worked, because the rain was coming in a bit faster than I was anticipating. So I don't know whether I actually got the shot quite as well as I was hoping to. There's lots of different outcrops. This is another nice looking outcrop just here. If I come around this stones, and you've got another set of layers now. You've got the first set in front of you, all lines, next set, next set, next set, and then off into the distance into Wales. And look, there's another storm coming in as well, so what a surprise that is. Now, I pulled my shoulder last week, so carrying my tripod around in my arm is not ideal, but I am thoroughly enjoying this. All the time in the world, people are walking past and just carrying on, and I'm just taking photographs, talking to you guys, and just getting lots of fresh air. Whew. I don't know what to say now. The last shot, let's talk about the last shot. So the last shot, I had a leading line from the pathway, I had the rocks, I had that little chunk of rock at the top there, and I had mountains or the hillside going off in the distance, and a little clump of trees. I was at f14, I think I was, just so I got a little bit of depth in the image. It was only because I was flicking around between f16, f14, just to get that depth without having to focus stack, because you can't focus stack in conditions like this. The second you take your hand away from the lens, or the lens cap off, or anything, or the cover, it gets wet. So go for quite a decent depth of field, f14, f16 maybe, even f18 if you have to. That should give you plenty of depth of field on a wider angle shot. You shouldn't have to worry about the sharpness. And let's face it, if it goes off a focus in the background, so what? I can look out into the distance and I can't quite see that in sharpness, and that's, I don't know how many miles away that is, 5, 10, 15, 20 miles. So it's never going to be in sharp focus anyway, and I don't think it really should be. Right, I need a completely separate, different set of rocks. I think we need to go and visit that lot up there before the next storm catches up with me. I don't even know what the time is. Right, I think I've got another idea for a shot. I am stood on what can only be known as a geological leading line masterpiece. So whoever put these rocks here at whatever turn of whatever millennium century or even ice age, it is a perfect leading line right out into the country. So all I need now is another storm to come across, fill that sky with some real dark moody clouds, and use this as a leading line. Now it's got two looks about it. On this side it's nice and flat, so leading out down this way, but I'm from somewhere maybe over there and sort of looking down this way, you're looking up at the clouds, or from this way it's a bit more jagged and sticky out, and I think I like the jaggedy side a bit better. But it's height I need. It's just a little bit of height to get above it. I think I have to lift the tripod right up high and then just look up at the lens as best I can to line the composition up, and then just shoot the shot with all this leading going right out into the distance. I just love all this. It's just really, really nice. And because it's like a white rock, it really does stand out. So I think I'm going to set up a composition for this. I've just spotted a tree around the corner as well. There is some more rain coming this way, but if not, I just think it'd be nice on its own with the colours in the fields, the greens, and all this new growth coming along. I'm avoiding treading on what I can. I'm trying to stick to any sort of rocky bits and pathways and stuff like that. I'm trying not to trample on anything. There are little edgeways around the rocks and between the rocks, so I tell you what's nice as well. I've just spotted these grasses that are blowing in the wind. I think if I can get a close shot of them as well, I think that would be quite nice, because they're quite a nice pastel-y sort of beigey colour. They are blowing around. I'm going to have to bang a really quick shutter speed in, but I think that might just be quite nice. Get the wide angle shot on, wide angle lens, to do something a little bit different. I had the 50 to 140 on a little while ago just to have a few shots. Yeah, let me see if I can set something up here, and I'll talk to you when I've got it. So, camera set up nice and high. I've got a little bit of a rock to stand on, not a lot. I can see in the side of the camera, so it's not too bad. I can actually see to get a composition set up. Got the camera nice and level again. Like I say, I'm using this lovely line of rocks leading all the way through into the image. I've got some moody sky up the top there. There's some people in the image, and I might actually take it while they're in it to give it a little bit of scale. It won't be too bad. Let me just put a 2-second timer on. Let me just take this shot. It's on bracket in exposure, f16, to give me that depth of field. That shot off, and that was a pretty quick shutter speed. I've taken all the polarizer and everything off the front now. I've just got a plain camera, single lens, 16 to 55. I say f16s, ISO 160 on this 63. Like I said, there's some people in that image just then, so that might give a little bit of scale if they were stood still. So all I'm waiting for now really is something a bit more dramatic to happen in the sky. All the rain showers that have been getting me have sort of cleared a little bit. There are some more over there, all right over in the background. There's more showers coming this direction, but there's nothing in front of us coming this way at the moment. The sky's awesome anyway. It's got some fantastic clouds in it, so I don't really have to have anything else in it. But I quite like the composition. It's set up with basically the rule of thirds. Again, I work on the rule of thirds quite a lot. There are times to break them and there are times not to break them, and I think an image works quite well if you use the rule of thirds to set up your basic image. And what I've done is I've got the two peaks, if you can see there, those two peaks there are up on the left hand side, the right hand side top thirds, and then the top of this rock just round there is on the other side on the left hand top thirds. So it's sort of balancing the image a little bit, and then the line of these rocks is coming through the bottom from the bottom right hand corner, leading you up through the image and then finishing you off in the distance with the clouds and the mood and the light on the hills and stuff. So yeah, it works quite well. I'm going to have to spin you around under the tripod because the arm's aching a bit. Like I said, these people are in the shot again. I'm going to take it again while they're stood there, because again it's just scale. I think it might work, and then I'll just wait for them to come down this way and get out of the way. As simple as that really, so I haven't got to worry too much. Very good, very good. But what a scene. Look at that for a scene. Isn't that just lovely? got another shot set up. I'm up on the rocks now, standing, looking down on them. So if I spin you around, you can see I'm now stood up on the top of this ridge, and it is a proper little ridge, and we're looking down the ridge, and it's quite a nice little composition. The composition is this leading line of the rocks, and then ending up with the bolded rocks over on the right hand side on their top thirds. So quite a simple shot really, just using the bottom to lead you through the shot to the boulders and then off into the distance. This one might be the best one. It's quite a nice shot, it's quite a nice balance, it's nicely framed, it's nicely set up, and it's got some nice jagged rocks to make it all interesting as well. Very Jurassic-y looking. But what it does want is it wants that mood now. It wants that rain to come in and cause whatever atmosphere, or it wants a shaft of light to come across, and we might get a shaft of light. If I get a shaft of light on the right hand side, it'd be great, because at the moment we've got a very bright section, which is this section, and a very dark section on this side, and it just looks a little bit odd. So we could just need something to finish it off. And there is some rain coming, so if I stay here long enough, we'll get it. Well, I think we will. I always try and give you some hints and tips and things like that if I can. It's never easy to keep going with all these different ideas and tips and hints, but this is one for you. Now I'm just stood sort of here looking down these rocks, and this is the sort of angle you get, the sort of the photo sort of you see like that. Now just by moving around a little bit, and I've just stepped down on the rock, and if I hold the camera out for you to there, you can see the difference you get now with the different style of rocks coming through. So just by moving around and moving the camera around, you get that complete different look on the image just by moving a few feet across the frame. Now I've just come down a little bit further, and you see makes these look really tall and straight, and the scene's completely changed from on the other side of the rocks, which is over there. So yeah, just don't be afraid to move around a little bit and have a little bit of a climb, safely that is, and just to have a look and to move up on top of things, you know, move forward through the frame, move forward and have a look, see if there's a slightly better composition as you move forward. Now I've not been up this far yet because I've started off there and working back, but I actually think if I bring you around this side, if I can balance my camera over this way, I reckon that looks quite big. It looks large on a wider angle. Bearing in mind this is like 11mm I'm shooting with on the camera now. That looks quite big and quite tall, so there's another sort of image to have somewhere around there. So I might just do that again, bring the camera forward now and try another one, and then to come this side of the rocks, and you've got more of a drop, so you've got a completely different image again, and that's a difference of about 6 foot from that side of the rocks to this side of the rocks. So don't just stand in one place. Don't just stand in one place and take the shot you get. You know, have a quick look around and just see if there's anything that might improve it or a slightly different change. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is great. This has got loads of little compositions in it. You can stand this side, you can stand that side, you can stand further back, you can shoot vertical, you can shoot horizontal, sorry, you can shoot vertical. I mean, I am going to set up for a vertical shot once I've finished the horizontal one, because it just screaming vertical, because you've got the lines going right through the frame. I'm just still waiting for that rain to come over here, and it's not yet. So yeah, hopefully that's, you know, just gives you a bit of an insight. I never tend to stand in the same place. I always have a look around. I might go for the simple shot straight away, because get it in the bag, get it done, get it sorted, but then look for look for something else, look for something interesting. And I still haven't taken this with this grass down here yet, Whether it works or not, it's another matter. Let's just come down and get lower. So by getting lower now, I get this nice grass in here. I lose the, you know, the horizon line, if you like, and I fill it full of rocks, and it actually looks like a mountain leading up, but you get all these nice grasses down here in the foreground. So there's quite a nice shot with this big, thick, dark, moody cloud above it. So yeah, we may even try and come take one down here as well and get that shot. So I reckon there's another 4 shots to be taken here. The rain is coming across, so the atmosphere is starting to build up now a little bit. So I'm going to take that, get a couple of shots of that, then I'm going to run up forward there, take a shot down the side, take a shot down the other side, and then come back down and get a shot of these grasses, put them all up for you. Let me know what one you like the best. I'm interested to see whether you like whichever one floats your boat. Let me know in the comments below. I was down there on that little rocky bit. I've now come up to this pretty awesome looking lump of rocks sticking out the ground, trodden on my bag. I've got a cracking composition set up though, using this rock sticking out. Make sure I've lifted the camera up quite high, so I'm sort of looking down, but I also want to make sure I keep that rock sticking out above the horizon. The reason being is it just seems to work. If you go down too low, it's just everything's just sticking up. You want to try and keep something below just to make sure that everything sort of balances out a little bit. So the first 2 rocks are below the horizon, the top one sticks out above it, and I've managed to put the top part of the rock on the top right hand thirds, and the rocks where I was earlier on, they're over on the left hand, and it just seems to balance the image out quite nicely. I'm getting tired now, I must admit. I've been out all day and I've been up here for quite a while, so I'm starting to flag a little bit. I need to go back to the van, and I need to get myself a cup of coffee. There's some people just walk down the path, and I actually think they probably look quite good in the image, so I'm just going to have a look at that, see what that looks like. Yeah, I actually quite like them in the image, but the rain is right up behind now, right up behind. Oh, stepped over my bag. The rain is right over there, and it is coming in really fast now. So yeah, I'm going to get wet again, but it's just making for different shots rather than just some standard old sunny shots. I'm at f14, ISO 160, and I focused on this set of rocks here. The rest of it should be fine. And yeah, there's some great atmosphere in the image at the moment. I'm just going to take that shot again. Those people are a bit further down now, but the rain's coming across the background and it's really quite nice. I'm not sure it's going to come this direction this time. It might go sideways, might go past us on the other side. It's going across that way, if you can see there. But yeah, I think this is a fantastic shot, really do. Really quite like this one. Very muted, there's no sun. It'd be nice if there was a few sun patches, but never mind, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take another one because there's another gap in the clouds right at the back there, so the rain is in sections. And I'll just paint the bits in that I want. Cracking shot. Rain's in again, and why not? But I just think it just lends itself to the shot. Lens cap off, take the photo, covered in rain. Nah, it didn't work at all. The rain's coming straight at us now. It's just got a lovely sheen on the side of the rock, that's all. Rain shower after rain shower. Look at it here, look, you can't see anything there. It's completely gone now, all down that side. It's all right behind me, fine over that way, but yeah, we keep getting drenched this side. I'm gonna let the rain shower rain over. You can't even see me anymore. I'm gonna let the rain shower come over, and then I'm gonna try and get another one because it's a little bit brighter this side than it is that side, and it just seems to be putting a nice sheen on the side of this rock just there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in a bit tighter on it as well to really emphasize that big boulder jutting out into nothing, and then the little distance ones going off into the distance. There's some great rain down there in the background, so again I can't do both when it's raining, so I'm going to have to take the lens cap off, wipe the lens, take the photograph. So I'm going to show you the images, enjoy another section of images, f14, ISO 160, focused on the boulders, bang, every time the shot's a winner. It's got to be in these conditions. I hope so. Well, I'm not sure how well I'm doing today. Hopefully you'll let me know in the comments and let me know what you think of the video. This is obviously part 2 now. We're up at Stiperstones, if I had mentioned it in this part of the video. And yeah, I'm just thoroughly enjoying myself. I'm out on my own, as I mentioned in part 1. If you haven't seen part 1, the link is going up, so please check out part 1. Yeah, I'm up at Stiperstones, and it is rainy, it's sunny, it's rainy, it's sunny, it's cloudy, it's rainy, it's sunny, and so on and so forth. I keep getting drenched. I've taken my waterproofs off now because I was wetter on the inside because they're plastic ones, because they're my old motorbike ones, not my proper ones. I'll get my proper ones back off of Mr. O. He's got them in his boot of his car. So yeah, I've just been shooting these stones, and I think these are probably the better images from today and last time in part 1. But I still haven't finished yet. I've still got to get up. Behind me there's a big set of rocks, and there's a trig point or something up there, so I need to get up there and have a look at that, and then I'm going to go back down to the van and get myself a cup of coffee because I am pretty much exhausted now, and I'm just shooting and shooting and shooting. And in all fairness, I like all the shots I'm taking. I'm not taking them just for the hell of it. I like all the shots I'm taking. I'm working on them, I'm fixing out the compositions, and I'm just taking the shots. I've just noticed that looks like an Alsatian, that rock, from this position. I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, I'm not going to end it just yet. I'm going to take you up there. I'm going to show you the top anyway. The rain's just stopped raining. But I just wanted to mention, I said there was people in the shot earlier on, and a few of the shots I've taken with people in them. And I'll put up the raw images if I remember. I'll put the raw images up for you, and I'll show you the ones with the people in. They're just dotted down the pathway. There's not many, there's only 1 or 2 people around, but they're dotted around on the image. And when you're waiting for these conditions and the rain comes in, you haven't got time to stop and wait for them to move. You've got to take the shots when you can take the shots. So I've taken them with the people in, but then I'll wipe the lens down again, and in a few minutes later or a few seconds later I'll take another one, and when the people have moved from there to there, I can then go back in and I can paint over that little section where the people are and easily clone them out very easy, and you wouldn't even know they've been done. It's not like cloning, it really is just a case of layers. So the people are over that side, then suddenly the people are moved down the path a little bit further on, and that way that image there is exactly the same as what's there, because they're both the same images, so you just literally just blend them in. So it's very easy to do, and I'll probably try and show you that on the computer to make a bit of a processing image. I might actually process one of these images as well, take it back and process one of these images for you, you know, live on screen, and that'll be maybe part 3 of the video. So this is going to be quite a long little set. But again, like I say, I'm out all the weekend, and I'm just enjoying being out on my own. And not that I'm not missing anybody, because I do like being out with other people. I like the inspiration, I like the idea, I like the banter. But after a long time at home, and you know, not being out on the hills and the wind and the rain, I'm just enjoying being out. It's nice. It's quiet when I'm on my own, but it's nice. And the rain's gone over again now. So yeah, I'm just waffling on as well. I talk to you way too much when there's, you know, when I've got no one else around, don't I? So right, I'm going to shut up, take you up the top of there, and yeah, let's go and see what that looks like. It's proper raining hard now. Getting really quite soaked. Oh well, never mind. I'll dry out when I get back to the van. I'm sure I will. I'll put the heater on. It'll be fine. I must be stupid. I'll stop for another image. I've just taken one from just over there because the sky was jet black and the light caught that and it looked fantastic. So I quickly grabbed the camera out, banged it down. It was still on the tripod, so I just quickly put it down and walloped the shot. Oh, the wind's picking up. Oh dear, nearly lost me out then. Wind's picking up. Something chronic. Crikey. The wind is picked up. I'm sure you can't even hear me now. I might even just shut up for a minute. What I want to try and do is get a shot leading up here, because you've got this cracking leading line going up to that monocle thing at the top of that trig point. And it looks quite high now. I've got close to it, but yeah, I'm going to take a couple of shots here, and again we've got people in them, so I'm going to take a variation of shots, one when they're there, one when they're there, and then I can just blend them in and lose them afterwards. God, I'm going to shut up, it's got too windy. I'll speak to you in a bit. Guess what? Memory card got full and I got absolutely soaked. I had to make a quick retreat. Last time I saw you, last time I spoke to you, last bit of video you saw, and I just jumped straight back to me in the van. I got absolutely mullered. I'm drenched. I've taken my trousers off and I'm just sitting in my underwear on a towel on the sofa just trying to dry out. I've had the heater on and yeah, I got wet. I've made myself a cup of coffee, got me coffee, and I'm just about to do myself some dinner. As you can see, can't beat a bit of dinner in the van. I'm just going to chill out now for a bit. I don't know whether there's going to be like anything happening later on. If it does, if it looks like it's interesting outside, I'll run back out and do a bit more video and a bit more photography. But if not, I'm just going to chill out and maybe get an early night and get up nice and early and see what the sunrise is doing. But anyway, thanks for watching this crazy part 2. I hope you watched part 1, and if you didn't, like I say, there's a link in the description. Yeah, till next time, all I would like to say is ciao for now. Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll see more from me. I know it's been a bit chaotic and hectic, but it's very hard to vlog and talk to you and take photographs in the rain and explain what I'm doing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.